The Israeli Navy or the IDF as a whole does not have any intention whatsoever to get in some kind of a confrontation. On the contrary, we're concerned with one thing, the safety of the people in Israel. And when you have a marine blockade, because you have terror from the sea, you have to enforce this marine blockade. I'll remind the viewers that only 6 months ago, we had a civilian ship coming into Israel from another country filled with weaponry and ammunition. It was destined to Hamas and Hezbollah. And we cannot allow a situation in which the sea is an open front for weapons. This is why we are here, to make sure that the Israelis are safe and sound. I don't think that anything went really wrong. I really think that we have prepared for a different type of scenarios, such as violence, extreme scenarios, but we did not expect that high level of resistance, you can say. We have prepared, and you saw in 5 out of the 6 boats, we had no problem. The captain agreed to change the route of the boat towards Ashdod port. Not even one bullet was fired. The problem was at the Mavi Marmara boat, in which there was a cell of approximately 30 extremists that had only one thing in mind, to lynch the IDF soldiers. Eventually, the goal was achieved. Eventually, all 6 boats have returned to the Israeli shore, just like the goal of the operation said to do. But when you have people that are lynching you, when your life is under a threat, then you have the right to open live fire, which we did. And the only people that were hit from this fire were the ones that were violent, the ones that were extreme, the same people that tried to kill our soldiers. Look, only 3 out of the 6 boats had humanitarian aid. We already unloaded the boats of the aid. It's something like 30 trucks. On an average day, we have between 100 and 160 trucks entering Gaza anyway with humanitarian aid, which means that the aid, so-called aid that they brought, which includes expired medicine, for example, maybe makes up of 1/5 of what is entering Gaza in one day. There is no humanitarian crisis in Gaza. It's important to know that. It's not that the situation is perfect, but all the essentials are there. Every day, the mechanism is very simple. The Palestinians send us a list of things that they need to go through the border to Gaza, through the NGOs, and we approve these things, and they go every day, starting from hygiene products, summer camps products, medicine, food of all sorts, meat, anything goes in. So it really is not a problem. And I heard one of the claims was that building materials is not allowed into the Gaza Strip. This is incorrect. In 2009, over 9,000 tons of building materials entered Gaza, including wood, windows, aluminum profiles, and cement. The limitations are that we have to know exactly to which building project these building materials go to. Otherwise, we will find them inside the Qassam rockets. The Qassam rockets are filled with cement. The aluminum pipes are actually the pipes that the rockets are made from. We cannot allow to be under a threat, and therefore we have some sort of a limitation on these goods. Well, we found some interesting things on board of the Mavi Marmara. For example, we found shells, empty shells, shells that were fired. But these are bullets that the IDF does not use. So one of the assumptions that we're looking into is the fact that they used some kind of guns or heavy weapons and threw it to the sea. Another thing we found is money, very large sums of money, hundreds of thousands of dollars that were in envelope on these people. Now, one of the assumptions that we're examining now is that they were paid to go aboard this ship. If you are a peace organization, if you deal with human rights, then I don't expect you to prepare dozens of knives, dozens of metal rods, saws, broken glasses. I don't know any human rights organization in the world that this is its tools. And here in this situation, we saw an angered mob that had only one goal, and it was not the humanitarian aid. It was to lynch IDF soldiers. And on the Mavi Mamre, there was no humanitarian aid, just extremists. The tactics of the Navy did not change from the first flotilla to the second time which another boat came. Did not change. The only change was the people. We saw on the Rachel Corrie real, true peace activists. No resistance, no violence whatsoever. Their goal was really, as we understand, to bring aid to Gaza. On the other hand, the flotilla of the Free Gaza movement and the IHH, we saw terrorists. So while our tactics did not change, only the passengers changed. Well, basically the IDF is being ordered by the government, and whichever order the IDF will get, it will act according to the order. Now I can tell you that in the last flotilla we have prepared. We had a model, we trained our forces from the sea, from a helicopter in the air. We were ready for the tactical part of the operation. We were not ready fully for the extremist behavior of the passengers aboard the ship. And right now, the Chief of Staff actually has made a committee that will look into the matters of the flotilla. We're talking about a specialist committee that have representatives from the Navy, from the intelligence, from operations. Most of them are senior officers that actually are reservists of the IDF, which means they had no connection whatsoever to the events themselves. Our number one concern is not PR. Our main concern is the safety of the people in Israel. You know, I was standing in Ashdod last Saturday, last Shabbat, when the Rachel Corrie boat came inside. And in that weekend, we had 2 rockets that were launched from Gaza into Israel. This is a constant situation. This is a terroristic situation in which we cannot allow to let our civilians experience. And therefore, we will do the utmost in order to prevent this terror from entering through the sea to Israel. The message is very clear. If you are truly representing a human rights organization, and if you truly care about the welfare of the people in Gaza, we have no problem of transporting the goods from the Ashdod port after inspecting it security-wise and then bringing it to the Gazans. If not, then I understand its provocation, because anyone that wishes to help the Gazans should and welcome to bring his goods to the Ashdod port. We will inspect it and then we will bring it to the people of Gaza.